I was easygoing, funny, low maintenance. I never needed anything. I also wanted to end it all for more than 2 dozen times. Those two things existed in the same person inside me, and nobody saw it because I made sure of that. If you've ever thought that people you love would be better off without you, I need you to stay with me for the next few minutes because I've been exactly where you are. And I finally understand what was actually happening. I'm going to tell you something I don't say lightly. There was a period in my life when I wanted to end it. Not once, not twice, more than a couple dozen times. The thought crossed my mind that everyone around me, my husband, my kids, would be simply better off without me. I wasn't dramatic about it. I wasn't what people picture when they think of someone in crisis. I was funny, easygoing, the person who always seemed fine. And that was exactly the problem. From a very young age, I learned one thing really, really well. My feelings didn't matter. Nobody sat me down and told me that. It doesn't work that way. It's subtler. It's in what gets ignored, what's getting dismissed, what gets met with silence or irritation or worse, being shaped into something more convenient for people around you. My family, I understand now, spent most of my life trying to fit me into their mold. And I spent most of my life letting them. Not because I was weak, but because I was a child. And children don't get to choose. So I did what children do when their emotional world is ignored. I built a wall. I became easy, funny, low maintenance, the person who never ever needed anything. I didn't even know the wall was there. Then I got married and I had children and I stopped working because someone had to be home with the kids and that someone was me. And that's when it started getting really, really, really dark. Because here I was, living off my husband's income, not contributing financially. And something in that arrangement felt unbearable to me. I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. I felt like a burden. Like I was becoming the thing I had feared most my whole life, someone who uses another person just to survive. I didn't understand then why it hit me so hard. I understand now. My mother used my father for exactly that, financial provision, nothing more, and I had sworn to myself I would never be her. And yet, here I was at home, not earning, dependent. It didn't matter that I was raising our children. It didn't matter that I was giving everything I had every single day. In my mind, I had no value. I was a waste of space, undeserving of them. And then my husband would try to reach me. He would see I was struggling and he would do this thing quietly, without making a scene. He would take the children and remove them from the room, away from me, away from what was coming. And then he would sit with me and ask, how can you even think that they would be better off without you? He would tell me what he saw, someone invaluable to this family. A mother who gives everything of herself, someone irreplaceable, and I would cry and I would shake and close myself off even deeper. because his love felt like an accusation. Because if he really saw me, the actual me, how could he still want me? It made no sense. So I spiraled further. The thoughts got louder. You're not worthy of him. Your children deserve better. Life would be easier for everyone without you. We were both suffering, and so were our children. It felt like a loop with no exit. Here's what I understand now that I couldn't see then. His love wasn't causing the spiral, it was exposing the wound. Every time he came to me with gentleness and wanted to connect, it collided with the deepest belief I was carrying, that I was too much, not enough, a burden, unworthy of being truly seen. Intimacy didn't feel like safety, it felt like danger. Because somewhere deep, deep down, I believed that if he really saw me, the real me, he would confirm everything I already believed about myself. So my mind did what it had learned to do since childhood. It tried to escape the feeling. And the most extreme version of that escape is the thought that the feeling will stop if you stop. This is what happens when a child grows up in an environment where her emotional world is never tended to. Not because her parents were monsters, but because no one taught her that big feelings can be survived. That she is allowed to take up space, that needing things doesn't make her a burden. I never learned that. So when someone tried to love me fully, I didn't know what to do with it. It terrified me. But here's the thing about my husband. Logic didn't reach me. Reassurance didn't reach me. His words, even the most beautiful ones, would hit the wall and fall. What reached me was his pain. Not his frustration, not his desperation, his pain. The grief in every cell of his body that the woman he loved was suffering and he couldn't get to her. That's what got through. Because pain is honest. Pain cannot be performed. And somewhere underneath all these walls, some part of me recognized something real. And it cracked the door open just a little. There was no single turning point, no dramatic breakthrough moment. It took 8 long years. 8 years of him showing up the same way over and over, removing the kids, sitting with me, telling me what he saw. 8 years of me slowly, quietly, learning that I wasn't going to be abandoned for being real. And then one day, I noticed the thoughts were just gone. Not fought off, not managed, just gone. The wall came down the same way it went up, gradually, without a single dramatic moment, until one day I realized I could tell my husband anything about my life, about my feelings, about the darkest corners of who I am. I never thought that was going to happen. I'm sharing all of this because I know someone watching this is in that loop right now. You're the easygoing one, the funny one, the one who's fine, and underneath that, you're shaking. You're closed off. You believe somewhere deep down that people who love you would be better off without you. I want you to hear this. This is not the truth about you. This is a story your nervous system learned a long time ago. In a place where it made sense because you were a child and you had no other tools, and it wasn't your fault. None of it was your fault. The wall protected you then, but it doesn't have to be your home forever. The work, and it is work, and it takes time, and it's not linear. It's learning that your feelings are allowed to exist, that you are allowed to need things, that being truly seen is not the same as being left. I'm living proof that this changes slowly, quietly, and completely. It took us 8 years. 8 years of hell to get to what I can only describe as heaven. And I would do every one of those years again. If this resonated with you, save this video and hit that follow button. There is more coming. I'll see you in the next one.